respect to the accuracy uncertainty principle. In order to reduce the uncertainty in momentum, one most one must use applied large violence to know the uncertainty जिगमना बाकी भाई चैनल को लाइक करें ओके सब्सक्राइब करें और शेयर करें बेल आइकन को दबाएं ताकि आप लोगों को हर नई वीडियो पहुंच जाएगी ओके जैसे कि know the uncertainty is determining the position of the electron will be of the order of wavelength of light when uncertainty is position is. In order to reduce the uncertainty in position, one must use light of shorter wavelength. One use light of short wavelength, the accuracy in position measurement increasing, no, but the accuracy in the measurement of momentum decreases. Now, on the other hand, if one use light of large wavelength, the accuracy in momentum measurement increases, but the accuracy in position measurement decreases. Now, multiplying the two equations, we get this is one palm of the so your momentum show you're changing the momentum or your Planck constant or delta x changing the changing the wavelength uncertainty the delta x uncertainty. Now this is one palm of the uncertainty principle. It states that the product of the uncertainty and the momentum of the body in some instant in uncertainty is the position delta x is the same instant approximately equal to Planck constant. This means that it is impossible to measure the position and momentum of the electron simultaneously with perfect accuracy even with an ideal instrument. It is a very small quantity and therefore in the case of large objects with which we come across in our daily life, the limitation is imposed on measurement by the uncertainty principle is negligible. But when we are working with subatomic particles, these limitations are not negligible. Another form of uncertainty principle can be obtained through similar reasoning. Delta E, delta T, and time. We state that the product of uncertainty is measured amount of energy at the time available or the measurement is approximately equal to Planck constant. The uncertainty principle tells us that it is impossible to know everything about a Planck particle. There will be uncertainty about its exact momentum at a given position and exists energy at given time. A given time sara energy exists or given time sara the momentum exists. Will be uncertainty about uncertainty principle is there that impossible to know everything about a particle. There will be uncertainty about exact momentum and given position. That is the exists energy at a given time. By given position, by momentum of a given time, by exists energy is only scale uncertainty. What is the atomic spectrum? What's the atomic spectrum? Atomic spectrum is the atomic spectra, the arrangement of frequency or wavelength in the basis of the increasing or decreasing order. That is called atomic spectra. So arrangement the frequency or the wavelength and the basis of so the increasing or decreasing order that is called atomic spectra. Yeah, the spectrum of hydrogen atom basivi. Yeah, bohra model the hydrogen atom basivi. Yeah, radius the quantized orbital. Yeah, by energy the electron see the quantized orbital. Hydrogen emission spectrum energy level diagram that the broad wave see the hydrogen atom limitation of both theories. Aina baad excitation energy से भी ionization energy से भी ionization energy excitation energy या inertial transition से भी characteristic of X-ray होती है continuous X-ray production of X-ray की properties of the X-ray की application the X-ray की scientific application industrial application CT scanner से तभी या लेज़र दे spontaneously كم दे غير خود بخود وخود بخود كذي stimulated emission غير خود بخود population emergent laser action से شو या properties of the laser बारा شو بس أو laser की यो नियॉन में यो helium नियॉन गैस पे 15% भी helium पे 85% पर laser की यूज़ दिया laser this is called the atomic spectra वैसे पाया तो atomic spectra लोग बने शुआ via atomic spectrum of the hydrogen atom via Bohr model of the hydrogen atom via nucleus the quantized orbital nucleus via electron energy of the quantized orbital electron energy via de Broglie experiment show hydrogen atom via hydrogen bonding energy hydrogen atom the energy CV kana hydrogen atom the energy मतलब CV via diagram the CV the energy level via Bohr theory की what de Broglie experiment the hydrogen atom द्वारा की सदी via excitation energy ionization energy excitation ionization energy द्वारा का जमा से तभी via هنا بعد راديتو هنا بعد via inner transition هذه جمود characteristic of X-ray issue via continuous X-ray issue production of X-ray issue properties of the X-ray issue via in application the X-ray issue okay scientific yo industrially or yo say medically تدري application دي X-rays كم scientific application the X-ray شو industrial application شو the X-ray و تفهموا بس شو ده غادي medical يو بس هذه lasers CT scanner و CT scanner جوات في lasers laser كي بقى غير بخوده أو بخود تتفكت مع spontaneously and stimulated emission شكله كي يبقى laser كي بيا ممكن laser كي ده نجراش إنه population of laser action सिंह دي يعني जब बस लेज़र के कलर सोना नियान दे सोना बगे हीलियम 85% और नियान बगे तकरीबन 15% मौजूद थे पर लेज़र की प्रॉपर्टीज दी गया लेज़र और लेज़र प्रॉपर्टीज से कलर हुए जब यूज इशू और भी करा नदी प्रोसेस तम के स्टार्ट हुई एटॉमिक स्पेक्ट्रम से बस एटॉमिक स्पेक्ट्रम शो या बहुत द हाइड्रोजन एटम पर बारह के बस या एटॉमिक स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ द हाइड्रोजन एटम هنا بقى nucleus of the quantized orbital electron energy of the quantized orbital وده عشان يوصل شو هنا بقى energy بدأ دي سي في هنا بدأ hydrogen atom spectrum سي energy ده hydrogen atom spectrum سو ده غدي لاين دي وبعد هنا دي بروكلي سي ده hydrogen atom दोबारा की the limitation of the use سي دي और मतलब X-ray characteristic है ना 10 तभी दी X-ray characteristic हो अभी आवाज भी आ रहा है characteristic of X-ray production of X-ray properties of X-ray uses of X-ray medically use की industrial use की और मतलब microbiological use की ده كتير يا وشي بس CT scanner شو ده بس laser شو laser की भी हम सर वक्त में use continuous they stimulated شو أنا بقى laser action شو بیا یوزش شو د لیزر او یوزش کی بیا لیزر کی دنه نیان تو نه استعمال کی هیلیوم 15% نیان دے 85% په دنه سره هیلیوم this is the called the atomic spectrum اوس راځي nuclear physics ته ویل کی what is nuclear physics atomic nucleus ته ویل کی nuclear physics نو څه ویل شو the atomic nucleus ته ویل کی nuclear physics nuclear physics ته ویل کی the atomic nucleus Let us begin reviewing a few fundamental facts that are probably already familiar. The nucleus is made up of neutrons and protons, two particles which are about 40 times more massive than electrons. They are spoken of collectively as nucleus. هنا ممكن بس ريفيو سباتي شو بس 7 نمبر يونت باتي شو جاي تم مسوي شو तो physics of the theory شو circuit شو electronics لك بعد شو بیا مودرن لا فيزيكس هم شوى وإعطاهم سبيكترم هم لك خذها يدير شي ده وشو سيسا بكي سنة وسرا ديسو وصلوا بدماشن دارا يسو داغرا به nuclear physics ديك لومباني دي atomic nucleus دي بيجن ريفيو كده few fundamental facts which probably already يغسدي probably already سدي familiar the nucleus is made up of so neutron and proton nucleus جول شوية سنة دي consist تاتي proton تاتي neutron ولا consist تاتي كان nucleus يو proton ويو neutron or two particles which are about 1840 times more massive than the electron that's why a particle 1840 times more massive means heavy the charge the electron they are spoken of collectively as nucleus جول كده the number of protons in nucleus كده is equal to atomic number which و total number of neutrons versus رايوزي شيء the atomic number سرا proton و neutron جبا بجمع رايوزي شيء يعني كلو دي تبقى mass number which the proton چې په یوازې کوم تعداد دی ته سکال atomic number ویشو او proton neutron چې په جمع کوم تعداد دی ته موږ بیا mass number ویشو نو hence the number of neutron چې کوم دی A to Z thus the nucleus of sodium 11 پکې proton number شو atomic number شو او 23 پکې mass number شو دا دواړه د proton neutron په جمع تعداد the sodium atom دی Na which has atomic number 11 and mass number 23 contains so 11 proton and 12 per neutron 11 per proton contains आती और 12 पर किससे आती न्यूट्रॉन contains आती this is related to light nucleus थी जे typically heavy nucleus थी मतलब typically से heavy nucleus थी न दोनों दगदी ची दोनों बारी के सरी दाई mass number इजान atomic number which is obviously contain 92 proton and 143 neutron ده سشي شو ده light nucleus شو ها ده برا سشي sodium thus the mass of the nucleus چې کوم دی هغه is very nearly equal دی atomic nucleus جوړ شوی څنګه دی پروټون نیوټرون جوړ شوی دی کنه پروټون نیوټرون 1840 ټایم هیوی دی د سره میسی وی دی الکترون حکم چې په یو نیوکلیس کې دنه پروټون تعداد وي نو ایته موږ الکترونیک نمبر وشو پروټون وته پروټون او نیوټرون په جمع تعداد ته موږ ماس نمبر وشو دې چې بل څه وی چې the mass of the nucleus is very nearly equal to the mass of the atom. Now in kilogram, it is the atomic weight divided by the Avogadro number. Now a nucleotide is a particular nucleus with a specified number of proton and neutron. Any nucleotide can be represented by its mass number A, atomic number Z, or any element X. Its nucleotide is written as so 0XA. For example, 111 is the mass number of one day, atomic number of one day. Atomic number 6 the mass number 12. The nucleus was first discovered on the Slogiara experiment conducted by Allard Rutherford and his student Jerger and Martin. The experiment was discovered by Rutherford Lord Rutherford with a high student to Shagar the Jaeger and Marston, the Shagardan. Scattering of alpha particle by atom. He found that the scattering pattern could be explained up so atom consists of small nucleus. Deviation indicates that the nucleus size is up to the order of 10 minus 14 meter. Since this is 10,000 times smaller than the diameter of so atoms. When the nucleus contains so charge there is the atomic number contains the nucleus charge contains the element and the charge quantum or the mass of nucleus is of order to so 10 minus 27 kg in the nucleus proton and neutron collectively called nucleus. کله چې nucleus کې موږ سره څه شي پروټون او نیوټرون څه شي collectively called شي دا بیا موږ څه وایو نیوکلیون ویلی شو کله چې په nucleus کې دننه موږ سره پروټون او نیوټرون دواړه څه شي collectively called شي دی نو in nucleus the proton and neutron are collectively called so nucleon دی ته ویل کیږي you know have same chemical properties that between the number and arrangement of the electron are same. This is called solidity atomic nucleus or nuclear physics. Isotopes مختلف قسم isotopes the carbon isotope the carbon filled carbon 13 carbon 14 the carbon filled carbon 15 that will isotopes the carbon isotope مختلف قسم بشو mass spectrograph situation ده مثلا spectrograph. It is a device with the help of which it or not only isotope by any element can be separated from one another but their masses can also be determined quite accurately. A mass spectrograph is based upon the principle that a beam of ions moving either the electric and magnetic field suffer a reflection that depends upon the change charges and masses of the ion. This is called litho mass spectrography. A simple mass spectrograph is shown the atom or molecule of the element under investigation. The vapor formed they are ionized in the ion source. As a result of ionization, one electron is removed from the particle, leaving with the net positive charge the positive ion escaping the is left units. Channel को like करो, subscribe करो, bell icon को skip ना करो.